One of the things that we thought was really important, in developing the first movie was that we didn't think you could put a guy in bandages, and we always envisioned it as being something more special, and that's why we went into CGI land.
Right off, I said, nobody wants to see a guy wrapped in bandages. We have to do computer-generated mummies and make it really as realistic and believable as possible.
And of course, with Imhotep is very, very elaborate, and he became much more elaborate in the second picture, but then there were some other characters. There was more than one mummy in the original mummy picture. There was also the priest mummies.
Who the hell are these guys?
Priests. Imhotep's priests.
But then I thought, oh, we have all these priest mummies. That should really be a throwback, a wink to the 1932 Boris Karloff version.
One of the things that we did have some fun with is the notion that they were a little bit more akin to, where the mummy used to be, say the 1932 Universal Mummy, because they really are guys wrapped in bandages. Because, one of the things that's so lovely about the mummy films is that there's a great interaction between, comedy and horror and action. We thought that these guys provided, a little bit of comic relief.
So that's what we did. Those guys, even though some of them are CG, because we had to cut them in half and tear their heads off and stuff, but we did a lot of guys wrapped in bandages, and that was fun.
We always saw the possibility for them to be a little bit more comic.
Imhotep has to be straight. He has to be scary. And the soldier mummies have to be really scary and, powerful. But I can play around. Well, here's a chance now. We got these priest mummies, and most of them are wrapped in bandages, and it's kind of a wink and a nod to the earlier pictures. So I thought, oh, I can have some fun with them. So we, that's where a lot of humor in those moments came out of.
And certainly, Brendan Fraser as Rick O'Connell has a great time with them. He takes off one of the guy's heads and bats it like a baseball.
Mummies.
One of the priest mummies also, his hand comes back and is trying to get the sword away from Brendan. To bring these creatures to life requires a lot of people, and in the case of the priest mummies, there were actually guys in suits. There were actually animatronic elements, and then the scene is worked out with stunt guys, so there actually are guys working in the scene with Brendan, and they work out all of the action with Steve Sommers and with the stunt coordinator and the visual effects guys, and they figure out exactly what the action's going to be. And so if you were to look at the original plate, it's Brendan running around that altar, swinging a sword at a bunch of mummies that aren't there, and he does it very, very effectively. And in the end, it's the reason the effect is so much fun. Then there are their brothers, their sort of meaner brothers, the soldier mummies, who are the guys that sort of like have the sort of maybe Wizard of Oz looking, tin-looking hats and the body armor on them. Those guys are a lot more badass. So they're definitely a formidable foe.
And the soldier mummies are part real guys marching in unison, but then the minute they start doing, climbing up walls and crawling across ceilings, we need a little computer enhancement.
I think in the end, it was a very nice collaborative effort and came up with really great designs, and you see how well it works out.